Welcome to Prone to Wander Europe Bike Tour.
Good morning. We're still in Tornieri. We're getting ready to go to a stealth camping spot tonight by a restaurant. We thought we would take this time to just update on the things that we've realized that we're doing wrong. We've got a couple of weeks of data, and what I figured out is that we're going too fast. We were averaging about 25 miles a day, and that doesn't seem like much. In the hills, it's a lot, especially if you're on gravel. So we need to take it a little slower. If we were to go at 25 miles a day, we'd be done with the whole trip in 3 months, and we don't really want to do that. We want to spend more time in the countryside and meeting people and seeing sights and enjoying each other and just not rushing so much. So we're slowing down a bit. We're going to try to get it closer to 20 miles a day. We're also going to try to switch to kilometers. How many kilometers is 20 miles? 32, something like that. We need to make the switch. Signs would make more sense. So our original plan was to ride 5 days a week and camp 5 days a week and then stay in a bed and breakfast 2 days a week. So kind of 2 rest days per week of not riding. But when you have a rest day, it's very difficult to, how do you rest for a full day? It involves staying at a bed and breakfast 2 nights. So if you do that twice a week, you know, it's 1.5 or 2, depending on how you average that out. It's like you have to do 2 nights, right? So you get to a bed and breakfast after riding, stay all night, rest the next day, then stay the next night. And then, so it's 4 nights a week, basically, that you end up in a bed and breakfast, and that won't work for us. We'll be done in a month financially. We might camp closer to a town, have a short ride, then check into a bed and breakfast, stay that day, and then leave the next morning. So maybe we'll call that a rest day.
We haven't cooked yet. We did find gas, finally, but we've had so many cute coffee shops and lunch places and dinner places, and then picking up a little groceries on the way that we really haven't pulled out the stove at all. So we may get rid of that and save some weight.
And there's breakfast. Peanut butter, grapes, cheese, toast.
And along with that, we have realized that our bikes are too heavy. On the big hills, weighing 100 pounds, they're just too much. So we're starting to get rid of things, and getting rid of the stove and stuff will save a few pounds. And
the pots.
The pots and some of the warm clothes, the things that we haven't used yet in the first like 11 days, 12 days. I'm looking at all of those and getting rid of them. Like my cute sandals. Well, I only wore them once. Tennis shoes are better for walking in, and I wear chacos for riding. So I think I'm gonna, get rid of a bunch of stuff, and that'll help the riding go easier.
I'm not getting rid of my moccasins.
You don't have to.
They're essential gear.
Yeah, they're good.
Especially after you get there and you're tired, get to a camping spot and have some moccasins to put your tent up and such. It feels so good.
The hills are steep. And I
wish I could get rid of some of this, but I should have worked on that a year ago, but it is what it is.
Yep, it's much hillier here than home, but we kind of knew it was going to be hilly. But we spent one day pushing our bikes up 10 kilometers, for hours and hours. It was so hard. So anyway, we're getting used to it, but most of the days have gone really well. And
so, to not make it sound like we're wimpy, when we say push it up, it's usually when it's over a 10% grade. So we can still ride at 9% grade, but once it gets over 10, even my GPS turns it brown on the little elevation thing.
When it's on a road and it's 9 or 10%, it's not as bad, but when it's on dirt and gravel and you're sliding around, it makes it a lot harder. And it also makes your bike kind of goes in its own direction, and the front tire just wants to fall off the road. And anyway, it makes it hard to stay on the road. So
thankfully, Darby arrives in Siena, and maybe tomorrow evening. And we've bribed her into maybe taking some things back with her. So hope that works out.
So we have 2
days. No pressure, Darby. No pressure.
We have 2 days to get to Siena, and then we have 3 nights at a bread and breakfast there. Get to see the town and be tourists, not worry about heavy bikes for a while.
All right. Well, thanks for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think we have a 27-mile ride today with sort of heading towards Siena. And we're going to go to Florence, but it's a little far and makes us skip over a lot of Tuscany. We don't want to do that. So we're scaling back a bit. Hope you can see the steepness of this. It's kind of crazy. All right, see you later. Mira, mira.
Oh my, bellissimo.
That's our destination over there. Orvieto up on that mountain. Are you ready to ride? To Orvieto. It's amazing. And the surrounding view is not too bad either. You okay, Suzuki? Are you sure? Okay. Susie. Susie. It's Italian breakfast. Cafe Americano, cappuccino, 2 of these thingies con crema, and some fruta. €7.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay.
So tell us your story again. So how did you get here?
Just a short thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. 10 years ago, I came and I came here for a language school first, and then I fell in love with this town, which is, as you will see, very easy to do. And I literally, the last day in town, I put an offer on the house that I bought here.
Susie keeps telling me, no, no. If you see a sign that says, say Vindy, look the other way.
But I really recommend, I mean, you know, this is an amazing town. And I've been here 2 weeks, and I already knew this was a place I wanted to live. So.
Leaving Orvieto.
That is the town we just came from.
Maybe somebody can help me with that bottom translation there. The furnace of the women. Y'all can correct me if you need to. We don't need no fat men around here. Mia moglie è una rock star.
This is Darren checking out a stealth camp spot, trying to see if there's a good place. And if you can see, off in the distance is this beautiful little hilltop village up there. Isn't that cute? But it's just a gorgeous meadow.
This moon over our stealth camping spot near Agua Pendente.